Thank you for tuning in to the Austin All Day Podcast. Jason Powers here, and today we have Chef Jay and Chef Julio from Lucky Robot. If you are interested in the Time Out For Tuna Sustainable Seafood Seminar with the James Beard Foundation, it takes place on January 13th from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Sustainable Food Center on the east side. Please contact myself or Chef Jay through Instagram or email if you would like an invitation to that. Follow the podcast on Instagram, support the podcast on Patreon, sit back, grab a drink, and check it out. Chef Jay, Chef Julio, Lucky Robot, and much more, yes? And you are the culinary director over Zen?
Yes. So just recently we started doing Lucky Robot, Zen, and then we have a couple other concepts, but primarily Lucky Robot to start, the two of us at least.
So Zen was previously at Lucky Robot, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
So he was in that location 17 years. We've been in that location 17 years, and we've been Lucky Robot for 7.
Okay.
So 10 years before that was all Zen.
Right. And you are the executive chef, Jay?
I am.
And CDC over there?
That's right, yeah.
And how you guys are right in the heart of it all, right?
We are.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, South Congress.
We are.
So how's it going?
It's going great. We're always busy, growing exponentially every year.
Yes.
Our food is getting better, our service, just everything is great.
You know, what originally I was seeking you out for this Time Out for Tuna.
Sure.
We'll just jump right into this right here. Can you tell me, I kind of, in retrospect, when I walked in on your speech, I was like, I should have just brought the microphones in here and recorded a podcast.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We were doing a sustainable seafood thing, and that's right. You're double parked or something outside.
I double parked. I barged in the middle of a meeting, and
right.
I was like, oh, whoops, okay, I'll come back.
Yeah.
And now we've got you here, though, so you've got the open floor to kind of discuss it a little bit.
No, absolutely. So Time Out for Tuna is one of our big initiatives. So in 2017, we made a huge push to become a sustainable seafood restaurant. In fact, I was going to quit making food altogether. This is one of my passions, and if we weren't going to go sustainable, then I was going to quit.
Okay.
That's kind of how it went. So in 2017, we partnered with Monterey Bay Aquarium and the Seafood Watch program, and with James Beard and their Smart Catch program. And then we thought of this idea, why not speak out about tuna? We don't use any bluefin tuna on the menu, and we just really have a passion to protect the tuna because it's, when you think about sushi, all you think about is tuna.
Sure.
Spicy tuna roll, toro, otoro, etc. So we came up with this idea in 2017, about halfway through. What it does is we don't serve any tuna during the breeding season for bluefin tuna, and that's Pacific bluefin, Atlantic bluefin, and the Southern Pacific bluefin. And there's a couple different stocks we can talk about, but and so what we do is we don't serve tuna on Tuesdays.
Okay, and that remains.
That remains for the summer. That's right.
For the summer.
Okay. During the breeding season.
Okay.
So when guests come in and they ask for tuna, we tell them about this, and we donate a portion of our proceeds to the Ocean Conservancy.
Okay. So when did this become an effect? You said 2 years ago?
So we started this in 2017.
2017.
And that was just us. Last year, or this year, I take that back. Am I off a couple of years? I think I might be off a couple of years. This is 2019, so 2018.
Yeah. Were you with Lucky Robot at the time?
Yes,
okay.
I was.
How long have you been over there? Just to
going on 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And I was looking. You have pretty rich history in Austin, right? You've worked at some good spots here.
I've been cooking in Austin for the past 15 years. I've been all over the place. I've worked at obviously Lucky Robot, but I started my career at Zoot back in the day.
Okay.
Old Terry House, Mirabelle, old restaurants.
Yeah.
Man, I've been everywhere. I was a chef at Malaga. I was a chef at Isla. Worked at Peixe until I
All around.
all around,
Yeah.
just looking for that place. And so far, I'm happy at Lucky Robot. Yeah.
So, do you share similar passion for this this endeavor here with the sustainable seafood?
Yes, actually, that was one of the things that I was always interested because I'm from Peru,
Okay.
and seafood is rich in Peru, and just the whole country as a whole cares about the sustainability of the seafood because it's so rich and it's so abundant that we want to make sure that we are not just killing our oceans, so that way we get to enjoy the delicious seafood that Peru has to offer.
Yes.
And that was always a goal of mine. And luckily, I met Jay, who has the same passion, and here we are driving this movement forward.
So, Jay, why, besides the fact that it's like a main ingredient in your cuisine, do you feel so passionate about this?
Well, so once we started this endeavor, we started doing some research, and we found out that bluefin tuna right now, only 2.6% of the breeding population only 2.6% of the population is of breeding age. And one of the biggest things about bluefin tuna is it takes about 5 years for them to become sexual mature. When I started in this industry, you can get tuna for under $10 a pound. And now, it's upwards of bluefin tuna itself is upwards of 26, 20, up to 30. So
There's been like a drastic change in seafood in general, right? Within the last, I don't know how many years, but it used to not be as popular as it has become.
you're absolutely right. Yeah.
And that's had to play a role in this, this effect here on this for you guys to do something like this.
Yes.
So how is this going? Like, how do you feel, honestly? Like, you guys have stepped in to do this. Obviously, it feels good to be proactive, but elaborate.
We're insanely proud of Time Out For Tuna, and not just that, but the sustainability as a whole.
Sure.
Personally, professionally proud of being part of the first sustainable sushi restaurant in Texas.
In Texas. Okay.
In Texas.
I did not know that.
Are we still the only ones? Or
There's another one coming in, but yes.
yeah, so it feels nice to be the leaders
Yeah.
of the movement, and hoping that other people join in.
Well, and I've got this flyer here, and on this side we've got you guys, Lucky Robot, Cipollina, Olive and June, Mongers. And so these guys also involved with this?
Yes.
Okay, they're practicing the same thing, Mongers Popular Seafood Place, during the summer, right, on Tuesdays.
We also had someone that's missing off of there is La Condesa.
La Condesa.
They were also part of it.
Okay, so, and did you guys get anybody else on board by chance?
Not this summer. I think that's the whole list.
Very cool, though. And then I'm sure will continue practicing this.
Absolutely. So, we started this, and we're insanely proud to have partners this year. And of course, next year is just to get it a little bit bigger, hopefully make it national.
Yes, and do you think if this all goes as planned that like there's a hope that we
I couldn't quite hear you.
so she can join the conversation?
It's on silent.
Yeah, we were looking for the answer to the world problem, Siri. No, but if everybody gets on board, especially on a national scale, do you think this can have like a great, powerful impact that we can see a change?
Absolutely. I mean, you think of the beginnings of the farm to table movement with Alice Waters, and it was an insane idea back then. If you think about it, seafood, like you said, just recently got really popular with everybody. So it's only now that we really had to start thinking about where our seafood's coming from, how we're storing it, what mode of transportation we're using, et cetera, et cetera. And honestly, one of the biggest things is we don't eat a whole bunch of different fish coming out of the ocean. We really only eat 7 to 10 different kinds. You think tuna, salmon, shrimp, oysters, tilapia, I think is high on the list. And, there's a list of 10 that you'll see on every single menu, no matter where you go. And so one of them is diversification as well. And the beautiful thing about doing sushi and what we do is we get to diversify because people are very adventurous when they come to sushi restaurants. So you can say, hey, we got this, Spanish mackerel that was lying caught by a fisherman off of Florida, and we can serve that.
Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever guys get the sea urchin? Is that a thing? No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's deadly, right? If not prepared right, is that?
No, you're thinking of fugu.
Was that a puffer fish?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Ever mess with that?
No.
No. But that is right. If it's not prepared properly, it can kill you.
Parts of it are toxic.
Okay.
I guess it could kill you.
Sure.
But
yeah, keep it off.
You
the
need a
menu.
specialist for sure.
So, what are name a few fish that you get in there that people might be interested?
So Spanish mackerel is one.
Yeah.
A lot of people think mackerel to be very fishy and oily, but it's actually quite clean. It's very, very delicious. We got a whole bunch of different snappers that we'll get in. We get some fish from Japan, hachibiki, being a bonnet mouth fish. It's not very common, flathead. But we have a very extensive list that we get from Minamoto that's really, really nice.
Very cool. Is this the first sushi for you?
Yes.
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 And previously to Lucky Robot, what were you doing?
Previous to Lucky Robot, I was at the W.
W. We were talking real quickly.
That's right.
So brings me to knives with sushi.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have a favorite knife or brand of knife?
Each person has his own favorite knife, favorite style, and then although there is one knife that seems to be like the universal brand of sushi chefs.
Okay. There's like a Nike for sushi knives.
It seems like it.
If you talk about sushi knives, I think the Nihoni is basically the Nike of sushi knives.
Okay. Does it come in all variations, like a 50-50, or is it a single bevel knife?
It comes in 50-50. They also have a WA series. They also have a traditional series. Most of it's, we get the G type or the S type, 50-50, all different kinds of handles. They have the composite handle to a water buffalo handle.
The steels for change, or is it usually like a high carbon, or?
It is their own blend of stainless.
Okay.
Yeah.
I usually know. I have not heard of that.
Nihoni.
I don't think I have.
Oh man, I think every sushi chef that I know owns a set of Nihoni.
Yeah.
Okay. And where do you guys acquire these?
So we get those from Corn.
Okay, Corn. That's
So-
your go-to?
That's currently our go-to. I think.
Not Lucky Robot. That's you personally, right? Or Lucky Robot.
So one of the things that we do at Lucky Robot is a knife program.
Oh,
So
that's killer.
it's a layaway for chefs.
Okay.
They pick their knife and we pay out their paycheck. Take it out of 5 paychecks.
Very cool.
So whatever they want, but they get to pick whatever they want.
Yeah,
So-
that could be dangerous, right? We're paying it off for a year. Hey, you can't quit yet.
That's right. That's right.
And I won't stay on knives too long, but it interests me.
No, please. We
How about-
can talk about knives all day if you
Sure,
want.
yeah, it's a dangerous subject, right? But stones, I'm sure you guys get the stones from Corn too.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a favorite brand of stones that you guys like?
How about a brand? Just as long as we get the correct grit, that's what we're happy. Right?
I think the Togi Haru is the one I'm currently using.
Okay,
We start with 1,000, 4,000, and then I have a 6,000 and 10,000 at home
kind of finish it up with
to finish it up. Yeah.
get it nice and pretty, right?
Well, it's interesting thing with knives is everyone wants to go to the top, but as as a knife sharpener, you got to start somewhere. So you got to beat some up. So usually we start the newbies with Togi Harus,
Yes, yeah.
or Misonos.
It's wise, right?
Mhm.
You don't want to start on something that's like a bad knife, like
No.
bad steel. That's probably worse off. You want to be more seasoned with it to sharpen a bad knife. Than, you want to sharpen a halfway decent knife, but yeah, you don't want to be marring it up.
That's right.
Yeah, you got to learn somehow.
That's right.
So I was just curious. I mean, this is the we haven't focused too much on knives in here, but a sushi place of all places, you need a sharp knife. I mean, it does the work for you.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's one of the first things that we teach them. So in our training as sushi chefs, we teach them not only how to cut, but we also teach them how to sharpen their knives to be most efficient in their cuts.
Sure.
Without a sharp knife, you mar the fish, like you're saying. So that's just extremely wasteful.
Yeah.
Same with the vegetable product. You start breaking the cells, it starts getting all juicy.
Yep.
You're crying because your onions are, sweating all over the place and bleeding, juice all over the place. So
Sure. Now, after teaching this, do you guys allow your chefs to sharpen in-house, or do they do this off-site?
They can sharpen in-house,
Yeah.
usually, off the clock.
Yeah,
But we encourage, actually, the guys to sharpen their knives
Sure.
as much as they can, entices other cooks to learn how to do it well. And also Chef Jay has a great knife sharpening presentation.
So you're kind of into these presentations, yes?
yes.
I like that. I was going to suggest that, but there it is. It's already there. Cool. So I'm wondering if at Lucky Robot it turns into kind of like a fun thing where you guys are, I got a new knife today, or is it like almost like baseball?
It's very
cards?
exciting.
Yes.
Very exciting when somebody gets a new knife.
Okay.
And, everybody wants to see it. And say, hey, what kind of knife did you get?
Yeah.
Let me hold it. Here, hold it. It's great.
Sure. Sure.
Well, like Chef Julio said, everyone has the knife that they love. So
Yeah.
myself, I like the Western handled knives.
You do like Western handled.
Personally. But there are some people that love the octagonal traditional knives, or
Yes.
the teardrop. And then
Chef Julio, what's your handle of choice?
It's traditional European.
Like the Western style?
Like the Western style, yeah.
Yeah. I like them all.
Yeah.
But I'm also not using them all day.
Yeah. I mean, there's the new WA series that people love a lot too. So it's kind of like...
Like a D?
No, it's... The WA series it's more of, I guess, a more Western style blade with a traditional handle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen that. It's like a mishmash, right?
That's
If you like the Japanese blade, you can still be comfortable.
That's right.
But I actually think that octagonal handle is really comfortable. Because it's not for everybody.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely a plus if anybody wants to come work with you and they're into knives.
Absolutely, yeah. We love knives. You love knives. Come work with us.
Corin, have you guys done any kind of like research with Chef Knives to Go ever? Have you been on there?
We have.
You've been on there, yeah. What do you think?
I think they're great.
Yeah.
Again, we don't say that you can only get knives from Corin. So
Sure.
if you want to go to Chef Knives to Go, or any other knife website, or even in town, you're free to pick whatever knife you want. Just bring us a receipt and...
Yeah. I am assuming that you guys enjoyed Métier when it was there.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Did they take a lot of paychecks?
I have a knife that I bought there.
Yeah.
Still. Actually, a couple of them.
I think I know a lot of people who got some knives from there when they went out of business. I thought I went in there, or they didn't go out of business. They just closed the knife shop.
That's right.
But I went in there, I thought promptly, and it was really picked over. I mean, the word got out quickly.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
It was unfortunate, but yeah. But he was getting some stock from Corin.
That's right. Yeah, Todd was getting... they had partnered with Corin.
For like the Misonos?
For the Nihonis, actually.
Oh, really?
Actually,
I gotta look these up. I wonder if I'll recognize them when I see them.
Yeah, the Nihonis, the Misonos, I think they had, but it was really the Nihonis, because Japanese are, when they work a business, they only sell to some people.
Okay.
So they had to go through Corin to even get those knives in town.
That is right. They only go through some people. I know for a fact. We've tried. So let me ask you guys a little bit about we'll get off knives.
Yeah, sure.
My attempt to get off knives.
We can go back to it later.
Sure. You're both from Houston?
We're both from Houston, yes.
Yes. You guys are both from Houston. You didn't know each other prior to Lucky Robot, or did you?
No.
So what was growing up in Houston like? And I know you didn't do it together, so we'll start with Julio.
Houston. So Jay and I are basically the same age.
Okay.
We're 40 right now, right? Both of us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
40
and-
this year.
You guys look excellent for 40.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, so grew up in Houston. I'm from Peru, and I lived in Houston from when I was 13 years old till I was 20.
Okay.
So I went to high school. I went to middle school there. And crazy enough, Jay and I basically went to the same high school without knowing.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, I went to Hastings High School in Alief. He went to Elsick High School in Alief. They're literally connected by a building, by an annex building.
Yeah. Okay.
And Alief, I don't know what it's like now, but it was a little ghetto, I guess. So we grew up a little rough, rough around the edges. Nothing scares us over here in Austin.
All right. I know that feeling.
Yeah,
I do. I didn't grow up in Chicago, but I was in Chicago plenty to really not be fazed by anything that goes on here. Although it has gotten increasingly more scary.
Hanging out on the street, playing ball,
Sure.
apartment complexes. And,
Yeah, but those days are over anyway.
yeah, I know.
Can't let your kids play outside.
I do.
No,
I push them. I'm
encourage
like,
it.
go outside.
Yeah. No device. Go outside.
Yeah. You got to be tough. Yeah.
Were you cooking at the time in high school, or did you?
No.
Okay.
In high school, I was barely attending high school. Actually,
Yeah.
I wasn't the greatest student, to be honest. Barely graduated.
Sure.
I was more interested in art.
Art.
I'm actually really. I can draw really well. And out of high school, I went to a graphic design school
Okay.
at the Art Institute of Houston. It just didn't work out for a million reasons.
Maybe better.
Maybe better.
Sure.
But I'm still artistically creative, and
Absolutely. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, culinary arts.
I just love aesthetics, if you will, and it really helps in.
I'm sure it's translated to the plate, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love plating and presentation, but it's not just the food, but everything else. How the restaurant looks, how the staff and ourselves, how we carry ourselves. Everything's art, and a restaurant is a great way to express yourself that way because you have so many mediums.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you, growing up in maybe a more harsh environment, if we can call it that, did you find yourself in trouble, or were you a good kid?
No, I never got caught.
Never got caught.
Yeah, never got caught. Well, most of the time I didn't get caught.
Smart answer. Smart answer. Well, don't say anything now that can put you at liability here.
That's why I didn't get caught.
But what eventually led you to a kitchen?
Okay. I was actually when I came to Austin, I got my first job was at a bank.
Yeah.
'Cause that's what my dad said. Get a job at a bank. It's a good job. They pay you well. They have benefits. It's like, okay, checked it out, and I did that. But it's not fulfilling in a way, at least not for me. It felt empty.
Sure.
It felt soulless, and I wasn't happy. But I love to cook. I've loved food all my life. Being from Peru, a country that promotes itself through its cuisine, it's just part of who I am. And then, I don't know exactly what when, but it just clicked. It's like I should be cooking. I was always cooking. I always loved creating things and presentation. And then one day I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to culinary school. And I did.
So from bank teller to culinary school.
Yep. And I started kind of late. I was 25. But I got into it like 100 miles an hour. I went to school. I immediately got a job at a restaurant.
Le Cordon Bleu?
Yeah.
And here in Austin?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, back in the day.
Sure.
Immediately got a job at a restaurant. It's like, I'm going to start from the very bottom. I didn't even start in the kitchen. I started as a host, but I just wanted to get in. And I was like, okay, I'm in a restaurant, and I'm just going to move up as fast as I can. Working in front of the house wasn't, what I wanted to do, obviously. So I moved up really fast, and it didn't click at the beginning that it's really hard work. It's really hard work.
A lot of times you need to get out of school, and then you realize that.
Yeah, and I struggled at the beginning, and then one day I was like, oh, you have to push really hard.
Yeah.
And then it literally, it was like day and night from one day to the next. It was like I struggled, and then the next day I pushed really hard, and I got really good at it.
So for someone who may not, are you referring to like putting in extra hours?
No, just pushing physically and emotionally and mentally.
Like staying like laser focused.
Yes, and it's a lot like a sport. You have to give it your all. Otherwise, you're not gonna excel in the industry.
Yeah,
it's really intense. If you really want to make it, you have to be really intense. Everything you do, you have to move faster. You have to lift harder. You have to be really focused. And, like, all of that comes with experience, but you have to make that mental switch. And if you don't, you're not going to make it. So a lot of people, I think, are a little passive when it comes to working in restaurants, and they're thinking, why am I struggling? I think that's why.
Why do you think that a lot of folks are like that?
It takes a special kind of person to work in the food industry. You have to like pain. I believe
pain.
You have to like pain a little bit.
A little sadistic.
Yeah, you have to be a little sadistic because
Yeah.
if you're working at a kitchen, it's not a nice environment. It's hot. There are tempers, there are fires, there are knives.
Yeah.
You have everything is happening all at once. Things go wrong all the time, and you have to love that. And I don't think if you love it, if you love fixing situations where things go wrong, then it's not going to happen for you. But if you do love that the struggle, I guess, but knowing that you're going to become stronger, then you're going to be all right.
Sure.
Yeah.
So from bank teller to, realizing this, you found your footing.
Yes.
And that's what you stuck with. You mentioned your folks. What was the cooking home when you were a child? Cooking at home like when you were a child, rather?
Oh, I always ate out because my dad used to take me with him to his work.
Oh, okay.
So
He's busy.
He was busy in Peru. He had his own business. He was a constructor engineer. And then when I was out of school in the summer, he would take me with him, and he always ate out. And the food is just amazing in Peru. So
Okay.
I was always exposed to the cuisine over there.
Good.
So my flavor memory is just insane.
That's
but
excellent.
Yeah, but we always ate dinner at home. We always had breakfast at home, and it was a meal every single time. My dad cooks great. My mom cooks great. When we went to see, my grandparents, my grandma, cook delicious food.
So it's almost silly to ask, but you have to draw some inspiration from your family when you're cooking.
I do it every single time I cook.
Okay, good. Yeah, very cool. And Chef Jay, also in the hood, right? Gangster's paradise. No,
Honestly, it was paradise for me.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was the hood. I thought it was great
Yeah,
when
okay.
I was growing up.
all right.
I didn't know it was the hood until I met my wife, and she told me that's where she would go get her drugs. So, when I was growing up, like Julio said, we were playing ball outside, and I thought it was just a regular old neighborhood.
Good life, yeah.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Well, I'm sure you guys have fond memories, right?
That was fantastic.
Yeah. It was all before phones, really.
It was.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was a good time.
Playing football outside, playing the pool, basketball in somebody's, driveway. It was great.
Sure, yeah. Did you start cooking at a younger age?
I did not. My mom cooked a lot at home, and in fact, my brother was actually the better cook. I was terrible.
Your older brother?
Younger brother.
Younger brother. Mm-hmm. What were you into in school?
High school?
Yeah.
Girls.
Girls. Good. And now you found your wife.
That's right.
So that's done. Right. But what led you into a kitchen?
High school, again, I went to the sister high school that Chef Julio went to.
Sure.
And then I went to the University of Texas. I was pursuing a degree in neurobiology. I was going to be a doctor.
Wow.
Turned out that's not what I was passionate about. Like every young Asian boy, the best thing to be is a doctor or an engineer. And I honestly didn't want to be a doctor. So my senior year, my friend asked me if I wanted a part-time job at Benihana.
Okay.
I'm like, sure. And again, like Julio, I worked up from an apprentice, waiting tables, washing vegetables, to eventually becoming a sushi chef.
When you were first exposed to that, did you have any idea that you'd be sitting here, how many years later?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay. But you maybe thought it was something for you at the time?
It was, like Julio said, it was exciting. It was so different from what I had been doing. I felt like I was accomplishing something every single day.
Yeah.
If you're into juggling a whole bunch of different ideas and trying to put out a whole bunch of different fires every single day.
So you guys share that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You like that problem solving aspect.
That's right.
Yeah.
So the Benihana, how long did you stay there?
I was there a year and a half.
Year and a half, and that was in Houston.
That was here in Austin.
That was in Austin, and no culinary school.
No culinary school for me.
No culinary. So school of hard knocks.
A school of hard knocks and cut fingers.
Okay. All right. And instead of being a surgical, you were surgical in with your food.
That's right.
I mean, you're not plowing through onions. You are, sushi is I guess it would be considered like, of all cuisines, like the one that you would consider art more than anything, right?
Oh, yeah.
I would assume, right? What else would be up there with it?
Traditionally, I agree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's amazing. And it's not the main ingredient, which I was about to say was like the fish. It's the rice, right?
It is a rice. Yeah.
Okay.
Sushi is all about rice.
It's all about rice. And what's the secret to Lucky Robot's rice? You gonna give that out? Is there a secret? Is it a ratio?
It's the ratio of water, time, temperature. We time everything out.
Where do you guys get your rice?
We get our rice from California, so it's really hard to get Japanese rice.
Okay.
The koshi hikari is what we use, which is Japanese short grain. It's really difficult to get Japanese rice there. In fact, right now with their population decline, they are starting to release some Japanese rice to the U.S.,
Okay.
but it's 4 to 5 times the cost.
Wow.
So it's
Worth it?
I don't know. I haven't tried it yet.
Okay. Will you? Maybe?
I would love to. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is newer, the sushi, and, for you, when did you get into sushi?
Myself?
Yes.
Well, I was actually doing sushi at Benihana.
Oh, Benihana was the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at Benihana,
From the get-go.
From the get-go, that's right.
Cool.
There was a sushi master there, Shibazaki-san. So again, the training was very traditional, washing vegetables, cleaning shellfish, and I'd just watch him work.
Did you, in that environment, being an apprentice, did you get, it's common that younger cooks, I guess it would be older cooks now, maybe got yelled at, degraded a little bit here and there. And it's been a big conversation that's starting to go away. Did you get that? I mean, we've all had it, but, did you get that there?
I got it.
You got it.
I didn't get it at Benihana as much. I mean, when
Sushi seems more relaxed, where that would seem out of place to be yelling at somebody.
I wouldn't call it relaxed by any stretch of the imagination.
Well,
but
the experience when you're dining there is
the experiences, yes.
okay. That's my end. It's relaxing, but it seems like more of like a meditative, something you can get into, be precise with what you're doing, rather than like screaming at somebody to like scrub the vegetables properly.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
you did not really get that.
It was more just the shame that you would feel whenever you mess something up. They would just look at you and just go,
So just an unspoken way of doing it.
just they'd look at you and just go, "That's wrong,"
Yeah.
and that's enough for you.
I came up a line cook. I got screamed at. I got shoved.
Yeah.
I got burnt.
Yes. Intentionally.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a scar anymore, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm sure there's some you can muster up. So Benihana, that was the beginning, and has that always been sushi since then? Is that something you fell in love with?
I love sushi. I love making it even to this day. You know, whenever I can, I really try to get online. But Benihana was the beginning, and that was sushi, and then of course afterwards was uchi.
Uchi.
And
Uchi's the jam, right?
Uchi's the jam, and I was very fortunate to get in pretty early.
Did you work directly with Tyson Cole?
I did.
So, what year was that?
2003. 2003. So it's a long time ago. It's hard for me.
Yeah.
I'm an old man now, so my timelines are off.
But I'm sure you gained a lot there.
I did.
I think a lot of
Absolutely.
people work there literally just to get some knowledge, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Back then there was, like Chef Julio said, back in 2002, 2003, and 2004, there weren't a whole bunch of restaurants that people chose to go to learn. And, coming out of culinary school, I think Uchi was one, and then Wink and Zoot were the other.
Maybe the Driscoll too.
The Driscoll.
That's about it.
Driscoll.
And those are the main restaurants you'd go to learn. Maybe Hudson's on the Bend.
Oh yeah.
Hudson on the Bend, now on 620, right?
Yes, but the previous one that wasn't. Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, very cool. So, and now do you guys consider Lucky Robot a place where people would come to learn?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I would think they would.
We
too.
have a lot to teach. You know, we're doing a lot of things that nobody else is doing anywhere. Mainly with the cuisine. You can definitely learn a lot of technique if you're interested in sushi.
Yeah.
And we're raising the level of our cooking as well. So yeah, if there's a lot of things that you can learn if you come work at Lucky Robot.
Sure. And I know this is kind of random, but I remember when I walked in on this, what was it? A meeting, a speech,
It was just
like a discussion.
a seafood seminar that we're trying to do, a sustainable seafood.
I walked in, I saw, Garrett, Chef Garrett was there.
That's right.
So you had folks from all around town there.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. So is that common for you to do seminars like that for other things, or is it mainly that was going on there?
So this was the second one when you walked in. That was the second one. Chef Steve from Cured in San Antonio was also there.
He was there at that time?
He was.
Cool.
So he's the other smart catch leader here in Texas. And one of the things that we're trying to do is expand that. So speaking of seminars, we are going to do another one in January.
Okay.
So we're doing that one with the James Beard Foundation.
Do you have a date?
It's January 13th.
January 13th.
Yeah.
And then it was like 1 to 3. I don't remember when it was.
This one is going to be 3 to 5.
3 to 5.
And that's with their what do they call it? I can't think of it right now.
But that's at Lucky Robot?
No, it's going to be at the Sustainable Food Center.
Oh, okay. Where is that?
The Sustainable Food Center is going to be on the east side, MLK, almost to airport.
Okay. Well, very cool. That we will have to talk about before it happens. So, is it open door?
It is not. It will be invitation.
Invitation.
But if somebody wants to go, please reach out.
Was the last one invitation?
Last one was invitation. It was open door / invitation.
Okay. Yeah, because I did run in on it. I've grown increasingly more uncomfortable with that situation. I was like, how did that look? I was like, no, I'm parked illegally.
Oh, it's fine. Everyone parks illegally in Austin.
At least you came.
Well, well, I was there for a grand total of like 15 seconds, but I gave you my card.
You did?
And here we are.
Yes, and here you guys are. Chef Garrett, he was over there. Do you know him?
I do. I actually worked with Chef Garrett at the W.
Okay,
Yeah.
Perfect. I did not know he was over there, but he's at Geraldine's.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to be there tonight, but you guys should say hi. Are you going to Geraldine's?
I'm not going to Geraldine's.
No. Okay. So what else? What else? What are you guys up to?
Well, we're the cuisine that we serve at the moment that we're serving right now. It's Nikkei, which is the Japanese influence in Peru.
So is that because of you?
Uh,
The
I'm going to answer that question for him. Yes, it is.
okay. So had the cuisine been different prior to him becoming employed with Lucky Robot?
Yes.
Okay.
Especially in the kitchen,
Well, elaborate on this cuisine then.
So, I'm going to kind of go backwards and
Sure.
kind of talk a big circle. So, again, we went to the same high school. It turns out that he was friends with my best friend before he had gotten married. And after he got married, I became friends with my best friend, who's now still my best friend. So, full circle, we
Right.
meet 3 years ago. And when he joined the team, the food was itself inspired by Nobu. A lot of the sushi nowadays is still inspired by Nobu, which is Nikkei. And a lot of people don't know that.
No.
So it's, again, that Japanese Peruvian influence, use leche, a lot of citrus, chilies, ajis. And I knew that. But I didn't really have the background in Peruvian food. And that's what Chef Julio brought to us. Just this wealth of knowledge in Peruvian food. And he allowed us to really focus our cuisine, especially in the kitchen, but also in the sushi. So we're able to take all his knowledge of Peruvian flavors and textures and dishes and incorporate that into our Japanese cuisine.
Nice. And I'm sure it's kind of like just like a waterfall of options, right? That you guys can continue to come up with.
Yes, actually, too many options sometimes. We just,
Yeah.
having too many options makes it sometimes difficult to come up with dishes.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun, and the food is not only challenging, but because it is challenging, it's really fun and delicious.
Do the purveyors you work with, is it local, like locally sourced thing? Not so much the seafood, but like the citrus and whatnot. You were talking the chilies and all that.
Well, yeah, heat peppers we get they're imported from Peru. Nobody
okay.
is really growing Peruvian peppers in the States. It's so hard to find. I've been looking for years.
What is the difference? They're not dried, are they, when they come?
And, I mean, you can find some dried, but
Yeah.
so they just don't grow right here. I've brought back seeds from Peru. Anytime I travel back. I'll bring some seeds of different peppers and other fruits and vegetables, and I give them out to farmers. Say, hey man, can you try growing this for me? And it just doesn't come out right. If, for example, ají amarillo it's a yellow pepper, about, I don't know, 7 to 8 inches long, about 2 inches thick. It's very fruity. It's an orange pepper, but when you cook it with it, it turns yellow. So that's why the name ají amarillo, which means yellow. It's very fruity, medium spice, and it's the main ingredient in Peruvian cuisine. I know some people in town, like La Flaca, Dorcia House Bar, other people have tried growing the pepper, but it just doesn't grow right. It grows really small, and there's something about the terroir, I guess, of Texas or in the United States. It just doesn't allow it to grow the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
So we import it from Peru.
Okay. I wonder why it won't grow. It feels like everything grows here.
Yeah, I mean, it grows. It just doesn't grow right.
Yeah. I wonder if there's a way to figure out how to do that indoors, like, I don't know.
Yeah. Agua Dulce, back when they're not around anymore, they tried growing it hydroponically, but it just didn't work out as well.
No. Okay, that's interesting, though. But that's great, though, that you get to... So those come from anything else you guys so locally source, though?
We work with farmhouse delivery. We Peeler Farms. They're all local purveyors of meats and vegetables. We work with High Five Ecology. We get our mushrooms from there. I pick them up every week. La Flaca, number of local growers and purveyors. Yeah, we try to source locally as much as we can. I mean, it's part of our sustainability as well. And we're always trying to look for a way to involve local growers and producers.
Sure. And as far as the sustainability with like the Time Out for Tuna, and I know like the ideal scenario is nationwide, but when you look at something like that, what do you guys think? Like 2-3 years, how many people in Austin do you think can get on board? Because I would be surprised if people weren't like totally open to it.
I think the main players in Austin, the Uchis.
Okay, yeah, you are right there with Uchi. Yeah,
I would love it. If the main players in Austin, like I said, Uchis and the McGuire Mormon group and
McGuire.
That would be great because they serve a lot of seafood at Perla's, and it'd be great if they're
going to open a sushi place.
Yeah,
they are. Yeah.
We know.
You do know, right? They're going to be neighbors, right?
It's called neighborhood.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, but these guys, Mongers, that's Cipollina, they do a lot of this. Is Italian, they do a lot of seafood.
That's
there
right.
too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but those are some pretty big names too.
Yes.
I mean, Mongers.
Yeah. We're happy to have those guys on board.
Yeah. But Uchi would be perfect. Who else would be good? We'll just call them out now and then hold them accountable after this.
Honestly, just a lot of the sushi restaurants in town would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Jack Allen's.
Jack Allen's.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Salt Trader.
Salt Traders, they just opened the new one.
Oh, love it, yeah.
Have you been there?
Yes.
Had you gone to the one up north?
I've actually only been to the one up north, but I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah. The new one's very close.
Yeah.
Do you stay central, south?
I stay central.
Okay, all right. And then are you central, south?
I mean, east? I live in Pflugerville, but I mean, you have to come down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but the Salt Trader, you know where the new one is.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's where the old Texas Land and Cattle was, right?
Yeah, it's right off Mopac, right there on, I don't know, the exit Rolling Hills, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's right there. And those people are just rocking and rolling.
They are. They really are.
It's kind of phenomenal. They've come up on here. They had the same menu for years, which was surprising. But I guess people like consistency.
They do a great job.
They do a great
really
job.
great job.
They have never not been busy. I don't think that's been a thing. So, and Salt Traders is kind of a different concept, but still Jack Allen's, right?
Yep.
So very cool. Do you know any of those guys, like Chef Chris?
I don't.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to talk to him. So, what else are you guys up to in Austin here? I mean, it feels like Lucky Robot's like your jam.
Lucky Robot is my jam.
Yeah, I have this, and same with you, Chef Julio. A lot of chefs go in and out of places or bounce around. I mean, we've worked at a handful of places.
Yeah.
But I have this feeling, and I may be wrong, but that you guys are this is your thing.
Yeah, that is our thing.
It's currently your thing, but I feel like for long term, it may be something that you guys are very passionate about, especially with this Time Out for Tuna, like really focusing on that year after year.
It makes it Lucky Robot makes it easy to be makes it easy for it to be your thing. It's just it's a great place to work at. The people that work there are really passionate. They're really incredibly intelligent people and super hardworking, and we all share the same passion. Not just for sustainability, but just for doing things better.
Yeah.
And providing quality of life to all, everybody that works for us. We're that's one of the things that I used to sell Lucky Robot to people is that, if you come with us, we're going to take care of you. And you're going to work in a great place. You're going to grow personally and professionally.
Well, so basically you're alluding to earlier how old school kitchens, you get shit thrown at you, you get burned, people poke you in the back, they steal your towels, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They turn your burners up. That's something that we don't allow at Lucky Robot. And of course, the industry is changing a little bit. But then the flip side is, management typically works 60 to 70 hours in a typical restaurant, right? That's expected. That's not our expectation at Lucky Robot. We want everyone to have a quality of life and see their family. So 40, 45, maybe 50 hours. And that's the expectation. As long as you get your shit done.
That's beautiful.
And that, honestly, I think that's one of the biggest things with the restaurant industry itself is, if we want to catch up to all other industries, one of the things we have to do is we have to give people the quality of life that other industries provide.
Sure.
Healthcare, 401k, 2 days off in a row.
Yeah, I'd love to see the healthcare like they do. I think it's ham for all the musicians.
I've always had the same thought.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it boggles my mind a little bit.
Same here.
Yeah, a lot of, most chefs cook. They don't have health insurance. It's not provided by either the company and or they can't afford it.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, I don't know. Get it going.
Maybe
There's a new passion project.
maybe instead of ham, they can call it bacon or something.
Bacon. There you go. Hopefully not taking after the footsteps of Bacon, the restaurant. But if they open something like 40 North, they're welcome to do that. Have you guys been over there? No? Pizza people? No?
No.
No?
No,
You guys don't like pizza?
I love pizza.
Chef Jay? No. Not your jam?
No.
Okay, 40 North.
40 North.
It's not too far from Lucky Robot. But we're fans of pizza. A Via 313?
I've had Via 313.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's my jam in Austin for pizza.
I've only had it though on E6 after maybe a long night of drinking.
It's usually when it's best, I think.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So along the lines of the industry, as you were talking about, you guys are right on South Congress. It's like a tourist attraction, the whole strip. You've seen it grow year after year. Do you attribute to the success to the restaurant to just the population, or do you guys, not to downplay the restaurant, just curious, is that this city is just growing like a weed? And I'm just curious, with that, and then how you feel about the growth.
I mean, one of the things is being in Austin since 2000 or 1998 and watching all the restaurants come in is, the beautiful thing, we have all these great restaurants. We have all these great chefs, some homegrown, some from other cities. But the best thing about all that is it's really pushed the cuisine here in Austin. And although we've had this monster growth, if you can't hold your shit together, you can't, pump out great food, it doesn't matter where you're at. It doesn't matter how awesome the location you're at. And with our location, one of the reasons that Zen made the flip is because the demographic changed. So he changed it after 10 years and said, listen, we have to change with the times.
Yeah.
And that's where I started. And then with Chef Julio coming in, we're just upping it even more.
Sure.
But we got to keep up with the times. And so, yes, part of the success is definitely people coming to town. But if you can't bust out good food, it doesn't matter.
Yes, and that's smart, like a brand rebranding, right? I guess for lack of better words, that's kind of what that was. But yes, it's a good thing. It's amazing, the food we have, but are you also open to the growth, or is it something that kind of...
I am. I am actually a huge fan of big cities.
Okay, you love it.
I grew up in a big city. Lima is one of the biggest cities in the world, and I grew up in the streets.
And how does it compare to this?
Well, I mean, no, Austin's really small for me. I think of Austin as a small city.
It is small, but it's just too crowded.
I mean, it's not that small anymore. It's number 17.
We're also from Houston,
nation.
Chef. We're also from Houston.
It's number 17 in the nation right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are both from Houston.
Yeah,
Houston is...
humongous.
Humongous, right.
Yeah.
And that's also a madhouse.
Yeah, it's getting better, though. I went there last time, and I fell in love with it again.
Wow.
So much that I was like, man, maybe I should move back.
What?
Yeah, I know. I was very surprised at myself. Yeah, they're opening great restaurants in Houston.
Yeah,
and
no, that's true, right?
it's actually more beautiful than ever. Downtown Houston used to be a dump, and now it's great.
Yeah, I think the food is very lush, vast. There's many options compared to Austin, but we have some killer spots that have come up quick. It's just amazing. You can go out and never not eat something very good as long as you know where you're going.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a good thing, but it is what it is. I have to ask. So do you get back to Houston very often, you, Jay?
Not that often.
So how do you feel about Houston?
About Houston?
Yeah.
Oh, man. So
I don't know what you drank last time you went, but I want some of that.
Again, I grew up on the west side of Houston, and right now my parents are now inside the loop.
Okay.
And it's gotten really great. Like, great coffee, great food.
Yeah. It's changed for the better.
It has definitely changed for the better. I still won't fucking move back.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. No matter what. It reminds me too much of the past, and it hasn't changed enough for me to...
What about the past that you don't like?
There's nothing about nothing about the past that I don't like.
You just like the future, moving forward.
You want to feel successful and feel like you're moving towards something new and better. So
yeah, you definitely are. Do you guys have plans to open new stuff?
Definitely. Hopefully a Lucky Robot 2 at some point.
Yeah. Has that ever been a discussion, or is that something that you guys just kind of throw around every once in a while?
There are open discussions about it.
Where would you guys like to do that? Like if it were the...
my brother-in-law keeps on wanting a Lucky Robot in Houston.
Oh. I didn't know I was going to go there. I was thinking more South Austin, guys. No. Houston?
Yeah.
You guys thinking that? Really?
Well, we haven't discussed Houston.
South Austin sounds great.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a good strip on Manchac. You guys would do just fine on.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, this strip out here is due for some serious change, so I don't know if you guys have heard any of that. The 12 bars that are going up.
I did, yeah.
Really?
You did. So it's going to be interesting when it does happen. Maybe it will bring in some interesting restaurants.
It's quite a possibility, yeah. Lucky Robot 2.
Never know.
The problem with them calling it the new Rainy Street is Manchac is like a football field. So there's nobody running across that.
No.
In Rainy Street, it's barely a street. It's more like a giant sidewalk.
It is.
More for people than it is vehicles.
Yeah, I think they're going to block traffic now pretty soon
For Rainy Street?
for Rainy Street.
Which would probably be smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when there's a delivery on Rainy Street, even during the day, it's like traffic's blocked anyway because there's no street.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what they've dubbed this, the new Rainy Street. So yeah, think about it. There you go.
I'll throw it out there.
Like a robot. It's like North San Antonio, people tell me.
That's right.
Yep.
Right. So as far as places to eat here, do you guys have some go-tos, some favorites? It could be friend spots. This is really the only one question I like to ask on the podcast.
I like looking for late night spots because we work till late and
Yeah.
it's hard to find.
What have you found?
My favorite is Justine's.
Justine.
Yeah. They're only I don't know what other restaurants of that caliber is open till serves food till 1 a.m. They are open till 2.
What time do you guys get out of there?
11.
It's relatively early
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the industry.
Sure.
Yeah. But not enough to get a seat at a good restaurant for
Yeah.
the most part.
So Justine's is one of your jams.
Yeah.
Anywhere else?
Can't remember the name.
We'll go to Chef Jay.
Jack Allen's. We talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
My wife and I love Jack Allen's.
Which one do you go to? 290 or
We
the
go-
Y or
Anderson.
Anderson?
Oh, it's right
off
next.
360.
Yeah.
Okay.
Off of Mopac.
Oh, the new one. Yes.
Yeah,
that's the newest Jack Allen's.
Yes. So Jack Allen's,
Okay.
Salt Traders.
Yeah.
I just love what they do. It's
Sure.
just so consistent.
I've been in that Anderson location like when it was opening. I haven't even seen it. Like, is it a nice one?
It is.
You've been to the others, yes?
I have.
Okay.
The one on 360. I've been to the one up north. I've been to the one down south in the Y.
Yes, that's the one we'll end up at most
Yeah.
times. But Jack Allen's is very good, right? What do you get when you go to Jack Allen's?
Depends on what I feel like, but typically that chicken fried beef rib.
Okay.
Oh, that's my jam.
Okay.
With the mashed potatoes and just
They have a good happy hour too.
they have a great happy hour.
Yes, you can get away with ordering appetizers and be happy.
Absolutely.
If you've ever tried that. But that's any other spots? Jack Allen's is good.
I'm gonna mention one.
Yeah.
One that I just discovered. I don't know how new it is, but it's called One Taco. It's actually
Wana Taco.
One.
One.
It's next to Zen. It's right next to Zen. And I have
One, like the number.
yeah. And
All right.
I went to New York City earlier this year, and I had tacos at Taco Number One, and I think it's in the Chelsea Market, and there was a huge line. I was like, man, is that place that good? I didn't know about it. I was just walking there with my girlfriend, and it's like, all right, let's go some tacos. She's Mexican, so we had to get tacos. And they were delicious, and they were making the tortillas right in front of you. They would have some ladies, pressing them and cooking them. I was like, man, how come we don't have anything like this in Austin?
Yeah.
We have taco places and taco trucks that people love,
Yeah.
but the quality of those tacos are just so good. I mean, everything about it. The tortillas were great. The fillings, the meat, the toppings. And then maybe 3 weeks ago, I went to One Taco, and it was almost exactly the same as Taco Number One. I was like, yes, I found.
Are they in a trailer?
No, it's a storefront.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, so that's my favorite taco in Austin.
No, okay, go to Nixta on 12th Street.
Nixta.
Nixta Taqueria. Okay. And then report back. See what you.
Okay, I'll check it out. Yeah, please.
Yeah, I think you'll appreciate it. Chef Jay, any others?
So one of my just day off go to greasy burger places is Crown and Acre.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been.
Just a nice neighborhood pub.
Yeah.
They always have beer specials.
Yeah. The beers? What are you drinking?
Oh, what did I have last time I was there? It was a Mirror Pond IPA.
Okay.
But they'll do domestics one day, they'll do imports the next, they'll do Texas, and just every single day there's a nice beer special.
Sure. Yeah, that's great.
But just a beautiful burger every single time.
The greasy burger. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, just sometimes you just want a greasy burger.
Yes,
in a basket.
Pool Burger as a good burger. That's an MMH thing.
Okay,
Have you been over there?
I haven't. Where's that at?
Really?
Lake Austin. You know where the Magnolia Cafe is? On
Yeah.
Lake Austin. It's right across the street there. It's very small. There's like an Airstream trailer out front. It's kind of cool. It's like tiki kind of deal.
Okay.
Huh.
But definitely worth trying the burger. I went on a burger mission once to match a burger that somebody made for me, and it just like sent me like trying burgers everywhere, Jack Allen's included. And even, sorry, Jack Allen's didn't. I was like, no, that's not it. That's not it. And then Pool Burger, I was like, that'll do. That sufficed. So
right there next to the Deep Eddy Cabaret?
you know where 68 Kitchen is?
I don't.
So it's west, right? Right west side of Mopac, right where the Magnolia Cafe is, across the street.
Okay.
There's I think a juice land there too.
Okay.
I don't know about the Deep Eddy thing. I feel like I've seen that.
It's right there.
It's right there.
Yeah, it's right
Okay.
there. Yeah.
I feel like I've seen it. So yes, but go there, try that.
Okay.
I don't know. Give it a shot. I don't know about the beer specials though. So what are you guys thoughts with the MMH and the new sushi place though? Has that been a subject you guys both knew right away?
Well, they're right next to us, so we have to know.
When's their opening?
I think it's spring.
So anything else you guys want to touch on? I don't want to miss anything that we could touch on.
No, so the thing I was talking about in January is the culinary lab. So
Okay.
just to make sure that I get that out there. Anyone that's interested, reach out.
Yes. And you will put this on Lucky Robot on Instagram.
Yes.
Okay. And I'll go ahead and mention at the start of a podcast or two before the 13th of January.
Yes.
Yeah, that will be cool. And it's invitation only, though. So
It
how
is
do people get invited?
They can reach out to me,
Okay,
through you.
Instagram,
Yeah, through you.
Or through me? Okay. All right. Yeah. Anything else, Chef Julio?
I mean, yeah, we're always trying to push the boundaries of our cuisine. Come check out what we're doing at the moment. Like I said, Nikkei cuisine is exploding out of Peru into the world. We take a different approach to it. Normally, Nikkei cuisine is more Peruvian than Japanese, but we take more of a Japanese approach to it. Also, we use local ingredients here from Texas, and we cater to a local palate. So just imagine the possibilities. There's some real exciting things coming up.
Absolutely. Yeah, that is cool. And just curious, how long has this change in the cuisine been going on? For 2 years or a year or so?
Has it been 2?
It's been 2 years.
Yeah, it's been 2. Yeah.
Well,
It flies.
exciting. Cool. And you guys are open lunch, dinner?
Lunch and dinner. We're only closed Tuesday for lunch.
Tuesday for lunch.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you guys coming in. I'd actually love to get you back in here, especially with maybe other folks that are involved with this. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Time Out For Tuna.
I'd love to. Yeah.
Yeah. Chef Julio, Chef Jay.
Thanks for
Appreciate
having
you
us.
guys.
Yeah.